What's up, everybody, and welcome to Very Real Tournament, a comedy battlecast that pits two very real opponents against each other in a very real fight. This week, guys, yeah, sure, we have a fight, but what's more important, perhaps, is that we're on the eve of the next Very Real Tournament.
Actual
Tournament. Omnibus.
Samurai pizza cup.
They're not in it.
No. Yeah, in case you know what, this is just your first episode, you're just clicking on a random one.
Yeah.
We're doing another tournament.
Bracket style
tournament. Like we did back in like episode 10, 11?
Yeah.
11. This time, though, we're beefing it up. So I hope you like the tournament things, the bracket tournaments that we do, because instead of 10 opponents, we're doing a 16.
We got that sweet 16.
It's a lot.
Yeah, it's very many opponents. And it's going to be from, the rock off until this episode? Yeah. So everybody prepare your butts. Guys, will you tell me how you're preparing on all tournaments eve?
So, you know me, I like to be prepared, do
right.
my research, do extra research. Mm-hmm. So it's basically like a hacking montage.
Okay.
Where it's just like, I'm like typing on the keyboard and there's just like screens moving by.
Yeah, there's several
like
screens.
Flying by
yeah.
me. But really, it's just me with my headphones in, listening at 2 times speed.
To every episode?
Yeah, just like driving or something. But I like to think that it's like a hacking montage.
Right, you're also driving really fast.
Yeah.
Going down the street and you're very, concentrated.
Like brooding.
Yeah. That's because you're listening to us talk at times 2 speed, which is probably unbearable.
I have to focus, yeah.
Yeah. Colin, how do you prepare for the tournament? This is your first tournament. How are you preparing?
I'm going to tell you how I prepare.
Oh, he just gets really drunk
Just
and
like that.
bitches to me. Nick, fuck, I don't want to do this.
There's a lot of episodes I wasn't in that I'm going to have to watch.
I didn't sign up. I just wanted to goof. This is the most preparation you're going to have to make, Colin.
It's a lot
The
of
stakes have never been higher.
Nope.
I don't think so.
Because in the next tournament, we're going to do 32. No. Just keep 12 episodes long.
Yeah.
No, I think if this goes well, I think we're going to stick with the 16. It just last time we had buys and stuff, and it kind of didn't work that well.
Eventually, if this goes long enough, we'll have a sweet 16 of tournament winners.
Oh my god, that's years from now. Holy crap. Yeah, just keep sending us that podcast money, everybody, and we'll get there.
Hopefully we'll all be dead by then, right? Anybody?
Right. Butler, how do you prepare
So-
for the Very Real Tournament?
Yeah, I have kind of a ritual. I
Okay.
strip off all of my clothes.
I was hoping you were going to say that.
Yeah.
I was about to make the joke.
yeah,
I've been putting cameras
yeah.
up just on that hope alone.
yeah. I've seen them and I left them there. And then I get in the shower, but I leave the drapes open so he can.
And there's
see.
no water running.
There's no water, no. And I sit kind of Indian style on the shower floor and just bang my head with my fists until I get bloody with rage, and then follow that up with a fetal position cry.
Okay.
Oh, nice, dude. Nice.
And then he walks in here and says, "Hey guys, I'm ready now. Sorry about that."
It's like, Butler, put your fucking pants on.
Right.
Yes.
Nick, what do you do?
And I put it to some Enya with
Okay.
a nice sepia or something.
Sure.
I don't know.
Me, Joey,
Yeah.
I just start fighting kids. Tournament style. I do my own actual real tournament.
Yeah, you walk it up to a playground and you're like, we're in a bracket now.
Yeah.
You just start pointing at kids like number 1 seed, number 2 seed, the sad fat kid.
Parents
You're
are
like,
watching me rank
16.
their kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sorry, sad fat kid. 16 seed. I'm fighting you first.
So I want you to arrive with a unwritten bracket and just have kids write their name and act like you're just collecting their name or something, or
Which
having them
parents would
write
also
their name,
totally be okay
Yeah.
with.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
and then turn it into a tournament. At first it's just a can you write your name kind of cute thing, and then
And then the cage falls down.
Yeah.
Over
I have
the
it. Yeah.
playground.
I spent the night previous putting the cage up, hanging it,
And no one's
welding
seen
it together. Yeah. No one.
You put a lot of camouflage around it.
Yeah, absolutely. And I pick the best playgrounds, go there. and just set that cage up. And then I pull. There's also a giant string that no one really like notices.
Yeah.
I say, I don't know. I'm trying to think of a fat kid name.
Nick. Got him. Got him. Dude. Fucking got him.
All right. I'm like, Nick, you're up first. Pull the thing down. All the parents, I make sure they're outside of the cage, obviously. I'm not fighting anyone's parents.
Yeah.
Right.
Those are adults. I got to do easy things like this podcast. So I just make my way through the bracket, kind of Mortal Kombat style.
Nice, dude.
So, good. Well, yeah, that's... if you want, everybody listening, tell us your pre-tournament sort of preparation. Just email us, hit us with those comments, and tell us what you're doing to get ready for this next tournament. But let's focus on this week, guys. One of these two groups of people, I'll just go ahead and say it, they're groups.
Yeah.
You've read the title, so we're not surprising you out there.
I blindly click.
Oh, good. One of these two groups is going to be the last competitor in this tournament, fighting for that spot. Mm-hmm. They're like the two crappy 16 seeds that go at each other in the NCAA tournament. They're like, everyone's like, I don't even know why they're doing this. They're going to lose. You could put both of those basketball teams against a 1 seed, and they'll both still lose. So, but that's not this case because we got some pretty powerful people this week.
Ooh.
We got the Fantastic Four, Marvel's first family, versus Captain Planet and his Planeteers.
The Planeteers.
Not Marvel related.
The world's first family.
The world's first family.
PBS's first family.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right. Let's do this. I'm Nick Potter.
I'm Joey Potter.
Colin Sage.
Carter.
And it's about to get very real. All right, guys. This week in our fight, there's sort of a common thread, right?
Sure.
We're using the elements to battle each other. Yes?
Yes.
Yeah, I would agree.
So I want to know what element you all would be. We're doing a fun little activity this week on Very Real Tournament. So let's go. Joey, what element do you think you would
mine
be?
hands fucking down. It's wind.
All right, tell me why.
Well, from the two different sides, just wind in general is like dope because you can make yourself like fly. But in the sense of like the Fantastic Four, the Invisible Woman, who is the allegory for wind, can turn invisible, create force fields.
Oh, okay. So you're taking it to a whole nother level.
Yeah, it's just, I mean, from that, it's just wind. Also, the Avatar. I mean,
Right.
shit. He can float on a wind ball. He can glide everywhere. Fuck yeah, dude. Wind.
You get Appa.
Yeah, I get a weird bison.
Thing that
Mammoth.
flies, so you don't even need to fly.
Yeah.
It can carry all your shit.
Yeah.
He can fly, and then I can fly higher and then
Right.
come back. Yeah.
Right. No, you like put your dresser on him, you put your car on him,
Yeah.
you can deliver pizzas on him.
Oh, that'd be so sick.
That
I wonder
would
if I get better tips if I flew in on the bison.
I feel like people would like envy you too much to tip you well.
Yeah, I feel like
Oh,
they'd
they
be
feel
like,
like I
oh,
had
he's
too much.
He's flying. You know he got to be rich.
Yeah.
But you know it's the real world. There is no flying bison. So you just be like, you'd go to a farm and find a bison and just like fly him up in the air.
Yeah.
And you'd land to deliver
And-
pizza.
and
And
you-
this wild animal would be freaking out.
Well, yeah, and you land and you point at the bison. You'd say, "Get it, get it."
And it's like destroying things because it's like having a.
It's an
Existential
Avatar,
crisis.
the last Airbender reference. You don't get it? Money, please.
As it's just running into their car. Like,
Oh, and then when they don't give you money, you can use your wind power to like steal it out of their wallet.
Yeah, I
Like,
can suck their money right out of their wallet. Yeah.
Just put a force field.
So
and
I'd
then
be-
what are they
I'd
going to do?
become-
You can fly.
right.
I just
Yeah.
take off.
Yeah, call them. I don't need this job, and then you just fly away.
I don't even work here.
I killed your pizza man. Oh, this just took a dark turn.
Yeah, so that's me.
Okay, Joey's a flying robber baron, thief, murderer
Awesome.
that also does like sweet references.
Yeah.
Are you gonna shave your head,
Yeah. I probably have a
Just crying.
real lumpy head.
Joey? It's gonna. I'm just sitting there with the with the razor, like it's gonna be funny. They'll get the reference, and you're just crying.
Yeah, I'm just crying.
And then I get
Most
that
of my
black.
customers are 40. I don't think they're going to get it.
Like that one time I had lice and then my mom's boyfriend just shaved my head.
Did you at least get an arrow?
I did not get
It
an
was all
arrow.
lumpy and fucked up.
It was lumpy.
And I believe you had to take like your school picture.
yeah, my 7th grade picture.
Dang.
Fucking
Can we
shade
post that on Instagram, please?
I don't know if I can find it.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
We'll hunt it down because it is hilarious.
Yeah.
Okay, Colin, why don't you tell us what Earth element you would be?
I would be the element of surprise.
Fuck. I mean, that is one
No,
of the
I would like Joey. Like, I'd love to be the element of air, but like if I got real with myself, I don't like flying on planes.
right.
You know, I don't really like being out in the middle of the ocean on boats. So it'd probably be Earth, or you know what? Maybe I'd be the element of heart.
Oh,
Because
yeah.
it seems useless at first glance. But then you dig a little deeper, and it's actually really nefarious. I'm not sure what that says about me.
Can you just basically like play with people's emotions? Is that
Right, but maybe I can play with my own emotions. Like I can will myself to,
Oh.
like, you know, if I'm not
to
feeling...
like eat that last piece of pizza.
yeah, I think that would be the ultimate thing.
Just hit yourself with the ring. I can do it.
I can do it. Yeah, but you know, you got a project, or you're like trying to stay up late. You're like, oh, what am I gonna do? Coffee, or like, do I get Adderall, or like, this is gonna get crazy.
I feel like
And
you
then it's-
dominate like food challenges.
Yeah.
right.
Just
Any
hit yourself
challenge.
in the face with
You're
your
just hitting
ring.
yourself with will. You're just willing yourself to
When you're
succeed.
up late doing your homework, trying to will yourself, you're just like, screw it, and you just like telepathy your professor, and you're like, Colin gets an A.
That's right. See, Joey thinks he's slick out here robbing people for whatever's in their wallet with wind. Meanwhile, I'm going to become like a multi-conglomerate CEO
Yeah.
with my power of will.
Okay.
Heart will.
And being able to mind control people and
Right.
doing what you want. What do you sell here?
That too.
Nothing. Woo, 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 woo.
All
And then
the
you take their
monies.
money.
Thank you. Yep. That's how it works.
Okay, cool. Yeah, that's
I just
all.
drive, instead of like delivering pizza, I just drive down the block and like with my ring out the window, and people are just like throwing their wallets into the back of my truck. They're standing in their doorways, just chucking their checkbooks at me.
Okay.
I'm just like, thanks.
Now, Butler, which element would you use to steal from people?
Shit. I wasn't going to steal from people.
Oh, okay. I just
I'm
thought we were
ruining the
going
whole
on a
day.
kind of common... Okay.
I
What
thought-
element would you be, Butler?
Yeah, well, now you've ruined my element.
No, I want to hear what it
with
is.
stealing. So I'll find a way to steal.
Okay, yeah, we'll get there.
Yeah,
We'll help you.
Just watching Avatar and everything, I always wanted to be an earthbender.
Uh-huh.
Just because it just seems the most practical. Like, you can just do day-to-day stuff with earthbending.
Yeah, you always have a chair.
Right, your house could be different all the time.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
You just have an earth house, and you just build it
Like a
different
hobbit.
every day. Right. Well, I mean, or it could be really tall. You could just build the earth up, as high as you want. You have a skyscraper house.
I was hoping you were going to choose water because that equates to Mr. Fantastic, and you're lanky as fuck anyway. So
Well,
Dang.
see, I don't dream that way. I don't dream to be what I already am. I dream
Yeah,
to
dude,
be,
you could have
already
the,
Mr.
you could have the house from
Fantastic.
up, just on that cliffside.
yeah, I could.
You could make your own islands and sell it to rich people.
That's how you steal from people.
Well, no, I think
because
the way
once
I
they
steal-
buy it, you just put it right back in the water.
I think I would steal
You
from people.
extort from them. Like, oh, you built your house there already? You got your kids on that island? It's going down the water.
Well, that
Very
works.
nefarious, Butler.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say.
Okay. Yeah.
Sure.
No, I love that. All
What
right.
would you be?
What about
Me,
you, Nick?
I just be blasting people with fire, yo.
yeah.
Dang.
That's how I have to steal from people because you guys took all the other ones.
Oh,
I just have to basically hold them at gunpoint, right?
yeah.
Sure.
but you're already so sweaty. Imagine how more sweaty you'd be if you're constantly blasting fire around you. You'd be the sweatiest boy.
Well, that's why I have to hang out with you so you can just
I
like
can cool you off.
Cool me off.
Yeah.
I don't know if I
could-
agree to this.
You could have people pay you to be an energy source.
Ooh.
Okay.
Yeah, that's industrious.
Yeah.
of you.
Like in the comics when Dormammu captured Johnny Storm and just fueled himself with his pyro form.
No, not
That's
like that.
basically, and hopefully I could blast it powerful enough to make myself fly like a rocket.
Yeah.
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 But you'd be so sweaty.
Not if I'm flying through the air and I'm blasting it behind me.
Well.
You get the cold sweats though.
Ooh. Yeah.
Those are the best ones.
Oh, okay.
These are my favorite sweats.
I'm cold and sweaty, you say? Perfect.
But hey, if you're according to Captain Planet rules, if you're fire, you got to be super sexist and creepy and hit on all the babes.
If that's what it fucking takes.
To be sweaty.
Because you know that fire kid in Captain Planet is always just like, nah, babe, I got it.
I know, it's like,
back.
is she your girlfriend? We're not going to talk about this right now.
No.
Let's start at the top, okay?
Okay.
I hope you've all learned something out there about
How we'd steal from people.
how we'd
apparently.
steal from people.
How we would take
this
your money
was
if
going to
we
be
had power.
about learning about who we are as people, but well, it's like that thing of like flight versus invisibility. It's like the thing is like if you're a good person, you would want to fly, but if you are a bad person, you'd want to be invisible so you could steal
And creep.
and creep.
Mostly creep.
And she just gets told.
Right.
We'll talk about
Well, that's everyone says they to a person like, yeah, I would take flying, but secretly they would all want to be invisible.
Yeah, because how many people would be like, I'd love to be on fly on the wall in that room?
Right.
Meaning invisible, meaning creep.
Man, I would like to see those boobs
That's
and
it.
be invisible.
He found it.
Yep. I guess you could fly up an apartment building and like check the
Have
windows.
those-
You're going too far. Just
But then
bring it
could,
back.
there's a chance that they could see you.
Right. I want both.
Oh, okay.
I want to be Wonder Woman's jet, basically.
Or the invisible woman.
Don't you just see her in the jet? Like, so it's just you sitting down, but there's like a lot of turbulence spitting off from your jet
Right.
engines. So it's not even sneaky. It's not even like you're flying because there's like the
Oh, I didn't say I
sound of
wanted
a
to
jet.
own it. I said I wanted to be it.
Oh,
It flies
you're
and
the-
it is invisible.
Oh, you're the
then a
invisible
woman
jet that the
sits-
woman sits.
Oh no!
right.
All right. Let's talk about today's fight. This week we got Captain Planet and those Planeteers
Yup.
versus the Fantastic Four.
Excellent.
On team, a couple of us are Planeteers. Mm-hmm. Me and Colin will
Yes.
be talking about Captain Planet and the Planeteers. I will be Lightning. You want to be invisibility, Colin?
Whoa! Don't put that on me. don't set that up and be like, hey, buddy.
I'm a Disney's Imagineer.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and then over here, Joey Butler doing Fantastic Four.
The first Marvel family. Marvel's first family.
Yeah.
It's me and Butler.
Me and Joey are now the first Marvel family.
Me and Colin really care about the environment.
Really care, but
So-
not always.
Joey's no longer Nick's brother.
No.
He's
No.
my brother.
Damn. Dang. All right. Well, that's fine because I'm going to be globetrotting.
While me and Nick are
Stopping people.
multicultural,
Yeah.
and we're also like 15
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, what it would be like to be 15 again.
and have magical powers
And have a magical ring
no
that doesn't.
responsibility. And
Yeah. Zero. Like you're answering to no one basically. But yeah, let's get into it. Joey Butler, you guys take us through some Fantastic Four.
You want me to go?
Go ahead.
Yeah, do it.
I'll start it. First off, we got Mr. Fantastic.
Sounds great.
The leader. He's Reed Richards, a genius, not a playboy billionaire philanthropist at all.
Right.
He survives off patents.
That's his business.
Oh, I skipped too far. This is how they got their powers. They had this team of 4. They went into space, got hit with like cosmic radiation, and in the movies they really tried to like make it like where they're at in the ship, and that's why they got
Right.
their
Yeah,
powers.
it was pretty try hard. Yeah.
Yeah. But, you know, a lot of people want to glorify comic book origins. They are garbage. Right. It's just like, oh, they flew into space and got hit by a cosmic ray, and now they're the elements.
Right, because all these comic books were created a long time ago
Yeah.
when we didn't know anything, so you could just use space
Yeah.
as an explanation for almost anything.
It's like the origin of Spider-Man's black suit. It's just like, he just presses a
Space.
button on a space machine, and it's just like, and he has a black suit.
Yeah.
That's Venom. Boom. Did it. But no, so we have Mr. Fantastic. He is equated to water, but really he can just stretch any part of his body. It gets kind of weird to where he can like imitate people.
Man, I hate that so much.
It's weird.
Especially in that new movie
Yeah, new
where he
movie.
just makes a different
He
face.
just turns Mexican.
Yeah, for a second you're like, is that supposed to be
what?
him?
Oh, have you not seen that movie,
He
Colin?
not only stretches, he changes color.
Yeah, he can stretch his face into other people.
Right.
But yeah, he can stretch.
It's really fucked up.
It's pretty intense, like what he can do with that. But I mean, it all boils down to he can fucking stretch.
It all boils down to slingshot. Boom.
Basically.
Okay.
But then we got Sue Storm, who is the invisible woman. She can bend the light around herself to make her invisible. She can create force fields.
Nice.
She can blast people with invisibility. I don't. She creates like sonic blasts basically with her invisibility.
Right.
And she would be weaned.
And she can fly and
Whoa, fly?
yeah,
It's
because
kind
she
of
can
weird how
like
she flies, but yeah.
she can basically make an invisible thing under her and then like a force field under her that pushes, kind of like how Magneto flies.
Okay.
You know, where he's just like using.
Does it happen in the new movie?
He
Yeah.
uses the iron in his blood to lift himself, and it's very painful.
so much iron in my blood. It hurts.
He does it just enough so where it doesn't fly out of his skin.
I feel like
I've got
magnets
those
don't
metal
make a-
screws in my knee.
He's just flying upside down.
His knee.
But he's still got like his arms crossed and stuff, trying to look very and keep his helmet on.
The doctor's like, man, your knee is just not healing up. I don't know what's happening.
Your screws are all out of place and stuff. I need more powerful screws. And
yeah.
I'd need some iron pills, obviously.
So then we got Johnny Storm.
Ooh.
And Johnny Storm is Sue Storm's brother, right?
Yeah.
And in the first one, just brother, and the second one, like adopted, or the 2015, like adopted brother for whatever reason. I guess just because they wanted to use that guy. I don't know.
Well, it's funny because everybody gave so much shit to that movie. It's like Michael B. Jordan's black. How could how could they be related? Jessica Alba's Mexican.
Yeah. But Joey, in Hollywood, she's white enough,
Yeah.
especially with makeup.
In Hollywood,
You can't
she
make
is
Michael B.
white
Jordan
enough.
white enough to be the brother of.
They
Whatever her
really
name is.
whited her up in the second one, Jessica Alba.
Oh, I know.
They were
dude.
like, here's blue contacts, here's
like the bleach
the
blondest
bleach
hair.
blonde wig / dye job. I don't know what it was. It was hard to tell. But yeah, so we got Johnny Storm.
Right, I guess as far as his name. So yeah, he is all about the fire. He can turn himself on fire. He can flame on, as it were. And yeah, he can do that at will, just literally like snapping his fingers.
It's called like the plasma form.
Right. And he can use that to fly. He can propulse the fire backwards to fly and reach like insane speeds. Like
Yeah, he is.
at one point he is flying in the 2005 movie. He's flying in front of a rocket that's a heat-seeking rocket, and it's chasing him, and he's leading it around. So he's flying faster than that.
Yeah, and he has pyrogenesis, not kinesis, so he can create fire
Oh.
instead
He
of.
doesn't need to like
But he
stick his
can-
arm in a fireplace to flame
Yeah,
off.
no, he's not
But he
like
can-
pyro.
He can also manipulate fire that's near him.
Yeah.
In addition to creating.
He also has thermokinesis.
He can talk to fire.
No, he can control temperature. He can make you not sweat.
Oh, that'd be sick.
Yeah.
Well, but he sweats cold or hot, so it doesn't work on Nick. He can also make flame nados, which is pretty cool.
By himself, he doesn't have to team up with his invisible sister.
Well, I think he was already kind of doing it. He was flying around in a circle,
Ah.
but then she contributed at that point you're talking about.
She like held it in.
Right.
So it didn't blow everyone up.
And then he can also shoot flame balls, like little pyro balls.
Mario style.
Yeah.
Yes, pretty much. He can do pretty much flame stuff.
Yeah.
I had that
that's
note
his,
down.
That's his thing.
Flame stuff.
Flame
All right.
Flame
stuff.
Oh yeah, and he almost reaches the temperature of the sun at one point. I thought that was worth noting. And then you got Ben Grimm, the Thing.
Wait, was he on Earth when he did that?
Yeah.
It's fucked up.
He almost reached, and they were
I don't
like, "You need
care.
to stop."
Yeah.
'cause
Well,
you're gonna
they did
kill
make
us."
a point to say if you do that, you
Yeah.
could burn up the atmosphere.
Right.
Right.
Okay. Sorry.
They covered it.
They
Okay.
scienced you.
I just got scienced.
So yeah, the Thing. He's all made of rock.
And he can turn into whatever he wants
Right.
and eat people.
What?
What?
Oh, I got
No,
you.
he can get dumped by his fiance on
John
a dime
Carpenter's the
as
thing.
soon
I
as
got
he's
you. I got you.
Yeah.
Right.
Gotcha.
So
Sorry.
yeah, he like even his organs in the early movies, they like show his organs and they're like rocky looking.
So dumb.
Right.
Why can't just his skin be like? Why does it all like?
They scienced you, dude. You got scienced.
Yeah, I see here you got some rock intestines.
What are we? Some kind of rock science?
Geology.
I wrote down a Will Smith line for each of the movies, by the way.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right.
He has super strength,
Okay.
which is cool. I guess he clobbers. They make a
does do
point
that.
of making sure he says
Is there certain times
Clobber.
that he clobbers?
when it's time.
He decrees the time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He actually decides.
That's one of his powers. He has the
Oh, okay.
power to say
bend
when
time.
it's time
Oh,
for
okay.
clobbering. Right. He's really bad at cups.
Okay.
Small objects.
Yeah.
All right.
He couldn't pick up a ring if he wanted to,
No. Someone
There's yeah.
which will help
he
you
needs
guys.
buds.
I heard he's great at macking on blind women.
Yeah.
He is.
Yep.
He's a good pilot.
Mm-hmm.
Ace pilot.
Are you sure with his rock hands he can do that?
Yeah.
That wasn't before? Okay.
They got to make rock control.
Like big rock buttons.
And then he's immortal.
Yeah, he
what?
only ages in his human form. He does not age in his rock form.
Yeah, that's
Okay.
a comic thing. It doesn't really come out in the movie. They're
Man,
not-
what a horrible, terrifying existence that is.
Also,
You're forever a rock man. Johnny Storm is eventually going to be an old man farting around the city.
something that I read about the Thing that really made me laugh is he also has indomitable will.
Oh, let's bring that character back. The Indomitable Will.
Motivational speaker.
I feel like that is just that's like a padding thing, right? To like pad a superhero's resume, like their
Indomitable
Wikipedia.
Will.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're just
It
like,
was at the bottom.
right.
Hard worker.
I'm gonna get on Wikipedia
Right.
and just add that to every
I've also-
superhero.
But also in those two first movies, he does not have indomitable.
No,
will.
he's
No,
super
he
doesn't.
gives up immediately because he's sad.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he gets tricked really easily.
His fiance's
Yeah.
a bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's like,
That
"You're
was-
a rock person. You lied to me." He's
She
like, "Oh,
screams and runs in the first
And,
scene.
and they're like
Right.
silk nighty out on the New York
Yeah,
street.
she's like, I'm getting ready to fuck
someone not you."
right. And then for some reason, she's on the bridge in the scene. With
We'll
the-
talk about
Okay.
the bridge. You guys,
All right, let's take you through Captain Planet and the Planeteers. We have 5 goody narcs
Oh yeah.
and like basically a Superman plus a bunch of shit.
all right.
So let me take you through them.
Yeah. Well, while you pull that up, the origin is Gaia, the spirit of the earth. Wakes up because there's pollution. It, like, wakes her up. Someone's deep drilling or fracking or something. And she's like, oh no, there's pollution. And it's Whoopi Goldberg, and she's really bad.
Do you think that BP's next big disaster is they're gonna frack so much they wake up Gaia?
Yeah.
And they're like, sorry.
They're gonna wake up Whoopi Goldberg, and she's gonna be like, "Oh no, there's a disaster. I better summon some children."
I think that's also the plot of Power Rangers Wild Force, by the way.
Okay.
Right, and then so she gets some kids from around the world, just zips them through reality to her house,
Sounds like Power Rangers.
and they're cool with it. Yeah, it's just like Power Rangers, and then gives them rings, according to each of the elements, plus heart.
Right.
And then if they combine their powers, they create Captain Planet. It's kind of ambiguous what he is. He kind of like lives in like this crystal sphere and waits to be awakened.
He's all of the powers
Like the Phantom
personified.
Right. And
He sits in the Phantom Zone.
just floating through space in a mirror.
right.
Yeah, just making puns to nobody.
Yes.
Until they finally let him out.
And so those kids, they can't create the elements. They can just manipulate them.
Right.
But Captain Planet can become any of the elements.
Yeah,
once
he
he's
is.
created.
He is all.
He is everything. And once they combine their powers to make Captain Planet, they are useless. He has to actually say the power is yours and give them their power back and
Just like
disappear.
cheerleaders or
Yeah, they just sit there
They'd
and
say Go Planet. Yeah.
They say Go Planet every time.
All right, so let me take you through the Planeteers, guys.
All right.
First, we have Kiwami with the power of Earth. He's from Ghana.
Okay.
Then we have Wheeler. He is from New York, and he does the fire.
He's from Brooklyn. He's tough.
He's walking here.
Oh man.
You mess with one of us, you mess with all of us.
You mess with all the Planeteers. Yeah. Then we have Linka. She's, well, remember this was like 1990. She's from the Soviet Union, gang.
Right. They changed it by the
They
the
did
last
change
season.
it to Eastern Europe after a few seasons.
Not even just Russia, just Eastern Europe. Okay.
Well, they were like, man,
No, you're
they
dumb.
really turned out to be a villain, didn't they? So, yeah, she's from Eastern Europe. No, you know what? She's from the Soviet Union.
Yeah.
I'm sticking with it.
Stick with it.
I like that for comedy.
And she controls the power of wind. Then we have Guy from Asia, and she can do water. And then we have Mati from the Amazon, and he wields the power of heart.
I was hoping you'd do the accent.
I knew you were hoping that I would do the accent. So yeah, it's just 5 little like prudish narcs running around, shitting on everyone's good time.
Yeah. They have multiple different technological vehicles. I'm not sure how the Spirit of the Earth has a helicopter.
Yeah, or
But
like
they
an
got it.
X-wing, like from X-Men. They just have like the
Blackbird.
yeah.
Yeah, they have a Blackbird.
They have a magic school bus.
Essentially, yeah. And they're like
Yeah.
14.
Right. It's like who? All of you know how to fly this thing.
But no, in the I think it's maybe the first episode, Wheeler, he's like says something stupid like, "Well, how come a woman has to drive?" Because Lanka, she's driving, and she's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Do you have a driver's license?" And he's like, "No." She's
He
like, "Then
just-
shut up."
He hits her with the fire.
Yeah, he hits her with the
Max on
Hey,
her.
babe.
Hey, babe.
Let's go on a date.
Yeah. You're my girlfriend,
He's
even though she's not, I guess.
Yeah.
Let's move all these
He's
cranes
just
over the
constantly
street.
trying to hit on her and
Yeah.
be better
So
than her.
these teenagers have no authority and no one to answer to, and they just go around the world butting into people's business, basically.
And it's confusing because it seems like the show's like, well, they can do whatever. But then at one point they try to like break into the FBI or the CIA or something
Yeah.
like that. And they're like, we're the Planeteers. You need to let us in. And they're like,
How the
no.
fuck did you get in here?
They they say no. And they like,
Oh, and you have magical rings that control the elements. We're going to kill you and take them.
And they straight up arrest the kids. And then this is the best part is that the kids are usually kind of pro authority as long as it's not the polluters.
Right.
Yeah.
They're like, we got to obey the law. But then they don't obey the law. Like if it gets in there, they're like, we gotta be good citizens until you get in our way,
Yeah, and
and
we're
then
gonna
we'll
blast you.
destroy you.
It's
Yeah.
crazy. I can't believe that. Like, I want that episode. Like, okay, if me, Nick, walked into like a government building with a Green Lantern ring, I would instantly be killed, and they would take my Green Lantern ring.
And they try to explain, and then the people are just like, no, you need to get out of here. They get arrested by
Yeah.
the DC police, and then they just straight up fight the police.
Yeah.
Because they're just like, no, we're not leaving. Police are like, we're arresting you. And it's like, yeah, forget that. We're not getting arrested. It's
Right.
like, oh, okay.
But yeah, their overall goal. This show was really heavy-handed. I feel like this show was created more so, and I feel like I'm pretty sure it was created more so to teach kids about the dangers of pollution among an array of other things. It's not just pollution; it's like denuclearization, being a good neighbor, drug use.
I think it
Like-
started as pollution, and then
Yeah.
they started.
And they're like,
touching on
oh,
other
okay, we
things.
can only make. But they focus more on that than actually making a good, like, cool superhero show.
Yeah, no, it was
Yeah.
all about the fucking message.
Because and man, it was made by a bunch of like hippie liberal people because all of the villains, and I say all, there's like 6 that rotate. They're all, that's it.
There's a Sinister Six.
Basically, you can tell they're, because, you know, the bad guys, like one of them is named like Loot and Plunder. Like his first name is Luton and his last name is Plunder.
Wow.
And he's like, I want to give tax breaks to all the rich people. You know,
Yeah.
it's really bad sometimes.
I feel like we need that now.
But it's both
You know,
the corniest show and like the hardest hitting cartoon I've ever
there's
seen.
some. Let me walk you guys through the darkest episode of Captain Planet
All right.
because it's usually fun, like funny puns and stuff.
And then there's dead animals at some point.
Yeah.
Almost always.
But okay, so Linka goes to visit her cousin Boris. Turns out Boris is addicted to a drug called Bliss, which is a pill,
Oh
but
my
it's basically
God.
like heroin. There's a guy in he's in a trench coat and a hat in an alley selling drugs to him, and
Wow.
he learns that he's the drug dealer. It turns out his name is Verminous Scum. He's kind of half man, half rat. He he figures out that Boris is the cousin of one of the Planeteers, so he makes him. He's like, I'm not going to betray my cousin. And he's like, well, if you don't, I won't give you any more bliss. And he's like, all right, I'll do it.
Yeah.
So he gets
Dropped his accent.
He gets her addicted to this drug.
Because he puts it in a sandwich and is like, I got you food.
Yeah, so the Planeteers show up to like pick her up from the Soviet Union. Just flying over international airspace, whatever. They go to pick her up, and she is addicted to this drug. Wow. And all the people that are addicted are like zombies, and they'll do whatever.
Because they're going through withdrawals, and so the guy's like, I'll give you more if you attack these kids.
I thought there was going to be like a train spotting, like
no, but the dude, like,
baby
her cousin, like, jumps through a window and, like, cuts himself, and there's blood everywhere.
So it gets hardcore, because he cuts himself, his wrists are bleeding, which is already, like, there's no blood in this show, so that's crazy. The water girl is, like, bandaging his wrists, and they're being chased by all these, like, zombie people, basically, and the fire guy's like, forget him, let's go, and she's like, no, he's hurt, I have to help him, and he's like,
he's a druggy piece of shit.
No, but he basically says he made his choice. Ooh, he chose to take those drugs. He can bear the responsibility. We need to get out of here. It was like, whoa.
Yeah, it's really not on the side of like addiction is a disease. It's just like addiction's a choice.
Oh, like he chose to.
The only reason the protagonist got addicted was because she was tricked.
Right.
So good people just get tricked into doing drugs.
But they bandage him up, and he's still around. But then he shows up. He's trying to take down the Planeteers or whatever. They're like on a water tower.
Yeah.
The guy shows up and he's like, here's some more bliss. Like,
just push them off the cliff.
And he throws him a whole bag of bliss, and the kid takes most of it. And then the girl, who's also, it's crazy that she's a protagonist in the show, and she's also like a drug addict.
Right.
He ODs and just
dies.
Like on camera dies.
Yeah, just dies.
Just falls down and dies. And the water girl goes over and checks his pulse, and she's like,
he's dead. He's fucking dead. Wow. She looks right at the camera. He's fucking dead from drugs.
I really hope some kid somewhere learned about drugs from that episode.
Dude, it was really. I was shocked. I was really surprised.
I'm gonna right this ship.
But hold on, real quick.
Okay.
At no point did they like use their power to like blast these fools or do anything, and they couldn't summon Captain Planet because she was too drugged out to say the word water or wind.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep.
That happens to them sometimes. Like one time, they were gonna use their power rings to call Captain Planet, and there was just like some sludge on them, and then they just rinsed them with a hose, and then they could do it. Oh, so I should mention that same villain, Verminous Scum, in another episode, his grand plan is he makes like poisoned cheese that rats eat, and they turn a different color and attack people.
Whoa!
It's like one is a cartoony, silly thing where he's like, "Get ready to taste
like,
my putrid provolone."
It's like,
and
the
then another one
patties.
he's selling drugs and making drug addicts to people.
Well, I wanna turn this ship around.
Okay, thank you.
Obviously this is a bad movie podcast wrapped up in something else,
right?
In the tournament. But I want to talk about the first two Fantastic Fours real quick. I don't want to spend too much time on it,
right?
But
we were all there in 2004. We saw it.
Yeah, but so what I always thought the main problem was with the Fantastic Four was they never like nailed the family dynamic, because they're Marvel's first family. Family. I learned rewatching these that's like the only thing they nailed, where it's just like they have a pretty good like family dynamic. Like they had history, like, you know, before coming into this, and yeah, it works out well. But it all falls apart in the first movie on the bridge, where it's just like, it's going well. First of all, this fucking movie has breakneck pace. Yeah. It's just fucking going. Like, in the first 15 minutes, they're in space.
Right.
And you don't even mind it, because it's just like, the whole fucking, like, movie and the second movie is just, like, cheeseball corniness. And that's his biggest fault. But so they get to this, they have their powers, they get to the bridge scene. And so the thing is some dude's trying to kill himself while the thing's sitting on the bridge. The thing then, like, the dude drops off the bridge onto the street, car's going. The thing hits a truck to save the guy and causes
Kills that guy. In the truck.
Basically, causes a massive pileup that, like, dude, a taxi ramped off of a truck and landed upside down. Like, somebody fucking died. But then instantly, the police are there with ambulances. They have it all, like boarded, like, off. And there's just, like, then the other Fantastic Four members show up.
In a taxi.
Yeah. They're just on the bridge.
Yeah, they don't have their cool car yet.
They're just on the bridge. And then it gets to the point, it's like, we got to sneak past the cops. And so Jessica Alba has to get naked invisibly.
And it's completely pointless.
It is. That's where it all falls to pieces. It's completely pointless because she gets naked. Well, she gets down to her underwear, then she becomes visible, and it's just like, oh, and then it's just Jessica Alba in her underwear.
Just a reason
and everybody's like,
Jessica Alba in her underwear.
And then
got her.
And then she does it again, then sneak past the cop. Then Johnny and Reed just walk around.
Yeah, they're just together.
Yeah, they literally just like, all right, you got this, and then they just sneak off to the side and go around.
Well, they know that Jessica Alba is a really bad sneaker, so they're like, you got to use your power. We can sneak just fine.
But yeah, dude, like, it all falls apart there, where it's just like, all of a sudden, like, a fire truck shows up, and then, like, crashes, and, like, it's, like, falling off the side, and they're just like, we're gonna help them.
It seems like a really, like forced way to try and show off their powers.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It all falls apart there.
Right.
Where it's just like, oh, I was kind of digging this for the 20 minutes that they went from introducing, going to space, getting their powers, learning their powers. They have them. Mm-hmm. And then it was just like...
Right.
But yeah, it just like... And then the second movie, that is just a collection of scenes.
There was still one more part on the bridge that earlier I was going to mention. It's the most gut-wrenching part. Is when the fiance of the thing is there for some reason.
Just there after everything happened.
This is the only bridge in Brooklyn. What are you gonna do?
Right.
She watches the thing save the fucking day.
Uh-huh.
And
she's
then
like, "You ugly."
No, she just looks at him, and he like starts to go like walk towards her, and she goes no, and he stops, and then she just puts her ring on the ground, her engagement ring.
Takes it off ceremoniously and puts it
then
on the
the thing
ground.
can't pick it up. It's heartbreaking. Honestly, it's fucking heartbreaking.
Dang.
But yeah, the second movie,
I'd go like turn her car into like a basketball. I'd
which
go crush
he does in the second movie,
Right.
or in the first movie, they blend together for me.
Okay.
The thing can literally crunch a Porsche into a
It's
ball.
in the first one.
But yeah.
Okay,
and then,
fine. I'd go shit on. I'd upper deck her toilet.
Yeah.
With
What kind
rocks,
of?
I don't know.
Yeah, like does he?
Does he poop rocks? That's what I need to know.
Apparently, he comes rocks.
That's what
They make that joke. I forget if it's in the first or second one.
Probably in the second one.
Yeah, where because he's with the blind chick, and then Johnny's like asking him, like, basically how you fuck, and he's just like, oh, no, that's inappropriate, all this stuff, and he's just like, I just don't want to hear that she died in a rock slide.
Man, I'm really glad that Chris Evans redeemed himself.
Yeah.
He was good in that movie, like
Right, but they gave him
role.
some. They gave him some cringy lines.
Also, I didn't realize this. The whole like Doctor Doom arc is Green Goblin. He has a company. They're trying to force him out.
Pretty much.
Do you know how much I've sacrificed?
Yeah, he gets his power. He kills people.
You know, I'm something of a scientist myself.
Yeah,
Precious tritium.
I didn't think about that, but you're right.
But yeah, and then they just Jessica Alba's just a sex object the whole time.
Yeah, you know
she has the same scene in the second movie, only she's completely naked.
had to up those stakes.
Right.
Yeah, up the stakes.
Mm-hmm.
Naked.
All right, we noticed you got in your underwear in the first movie. There's only one more thing to do now.
Get naked.
Get naked. All right, well, you know what? We'll keep talking about this, but let's start talking about this fight, okay?
Yeah.
Sure.
I assume that they're like the Planeteers, however Gaia shows up and they're like, this fucking scientist is polluting with their flying car and all his experiments.
I have an idea.
Oh, okay.
What if they're like, oh, they're polluting, they are pollution because they're mutants. Like
my
they're
God.
polluting.
Pollution to
And sometimes they say like with the drugs they called it mind pollution.
Yeah.
So they'll take pollution and kind of twist it to mean whatever. So I wonder if it's like, okay, these are freaks of nature.
Their DNA is polluted.
Right.
Pollution to the
Are the
genome.
Planeteers like supremacists? They're not obviously not white supremacists, but they're like some sort of
They have sort of a god complex. I mean, who wouldn't with a fucking power ring?
right.
Yeah.
They can control an element.
Yeah, maybe Gaia is
Yeah.
like, the Earth, evolution and everything. They didn't evolve. They're freaks. We must stop them.
Everybody's getting the Amber Alert.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, I feel like this is going to be the true test for the Planeteers because all of their villains are like non-superpowered besides 2.
Okay.
Right.
Obviously, Duke Nukem and Duke Nukem
Duke
video
Nukem.
game
What?
took from
Seriously?
Captain Planet. Yes, his name is. That was the first Duke Nukem
Oh my god.
for the video game.
Yeah.
Okay.
They had a dispute, but then Captain Planet, whoever owns that, I guess Ted Turner, let it go
Yeah,
because there was no dispute essentially.
yeah. So it's Duke Nukem and Zarm is the other one, but everyone else is just like, there's Hoggish Greedley, who's just like a fat dude that likes to pollute.
Ed Asner,
Yeah, that I already said. Verminous Scum.
Drives
He's
a
a
Hummer.
He's a rat man.
Jeff Goldblum.
And then you got like Dr. Blight, who was voiced by Meg Ryan actually in the first 2 seasons.
Yeah.
And then I've obviously mentioned Loot and Plunder. Sly Sludge is there too.
Sly Sludge, Martin Sheen. Okay, real quick. Captain Planet got a lot of famous people in there, but I don't know who was like giving them voice direction. I don't think they got any, and I think they were like drunk because some of these like big actors, like Martin Sheen, who was big at the time, early 90s,
Right.
it's like it's so bad. It's so bad.
Yeah, it's like they
It's
called
like-
Martin Sheen on the phone.
I
and
mean-
Right,
said,
it even
say these
sounds
words.
like worse quality, but it's like sometimes he didn't even put any inflection. Like even if you have no idea what's happening, you can still look at the script and kind of see, I'm a bad guy. This is a bad moment. Put something in there. He's just like, well, I'm here to pollute. I'm here to do bad things.
I represent
I
laziness.
am Martin Sheen. I am robot. Whoopi Goldberg's in a ton of episodes.
Yeah.
Isn't it
terrible.
like a PBS show?
Right, but I mean,
So
something.
It's just, you gotta think that it's just like they don't have a ton of funding, but they have like the clout of just like public access like television that they get these big names because they're like, look, it's teaching kids.
Right,
Like, it's an
obviously
after-school
that's what it
special.
was, but it's like the kids, like LeVar Burton is reading Rainbow. He's Kwame, and they're not like great, but at least they're like portraying characters. Mm-hmm. But then like Whoopi Goldberg's on pretty much every episode, and it's bad. She's just like, I am the spirit of the earth. Oh no! It looks like we're having.
She was
a
on
thing.
Bliss, dog.
Like wait, yeah, it's like what?
Right.
Like you don't even know how to inflect a little bit, like give some energy to the character, like at all. Like it's like, oh no, there's an emergency. What are we gonna do? It's down here. It's flat. Everything is
Right.
flat. It's really bizarre. It's so bizarre.
It's all kind of bad.
Hey, but Jeff Goldblum did try to act kind of ratty, and he kind of talked. He was like, "Oh, we're gonna get them. We got the
I gotta
cheese."
sell him the drugs.
And it
Shimmy.
wasn't great, but it was like, oh, he obviously said, oh, I'm a bad rat person. I'll do a bad
Right.
rat person voice.
I'm not
Martin-
doing any of these
Right.
puns.
But Martin Sheen's just there,
Yeah.
like on the phone. He's on the toilet, like reading these lines.
So, this fight. Because I feel like, man, the Planeteers always just get in other people's business, so I think
Yeah.
they're going to be the ones that start this fight.
Yeah, they got to.
Oh, maybe they show up on the bridge and they're like, you're polluting the ocean by dropping these fire trucks and
cars
into the water.
That's, I feel like they would just show up and like get in all their business. Like, you have a flying car and that pollutes the ozone layer because it's the 90s and we care about that still.
Right? Because their helicopter is solar powered.
Yep, fuck you.
Who knows what their flying cars made out of? It was Reed Richards,
I think it's
the best
plutonium.
Yep. there's-
Yeah.
Okay, never mind. It's,
think that's it.
it's a nuclear reactor.
Carbon monoxide.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I don't know. Like, here's the thing. You got your little wind powers and stuff like that. How much do they like? How well do they work together?
I mean, they do some sweet team up moves.
Yeah, they do team ups, except for when it's an episode where it's one person's turn to be sad.
Right.
But they do team. They like literally do combo moves. There's an episode they get trapped in a cave, and yet for some stupid fucking reason, the Earth guy can't just get them out.
Yeah, it's really dumb.
Sometimes they get trapped a lot, and oftentimes they'll make excuses why all of them can't use their powers to help. But that one time, there was no excuse.
One time they got trapped in a fucking net, and I was furious because the fire guy was in the net.
Real quick, Reed at one point got choked by Doom in the 2015 movie. I was like, how do you get choked?
Right.
How?
He should just be like
That's like
slipping out of everything comically.
Dude, I'm sorry. I want to talk about the 2015 movie real quick. Yeah, it's a bad movie. Plagued with reshoots.
Right.
I'm pretty sure they reshot the last, like, third act. I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure they reshot it because you can tell in that movie by Kate Morrow's wig.
Oh, it's awful. It's so obvious.
It's really bad, but I discovered something watching the Rise of the Silver Surfer and this back-to-back, and that is a squished Ian Grufford, or whatever the fuck his name is, Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah.
Looks like Miles Teller.
Yeah?
And now this is going to be a visual bit, but I'm going to post this with the other episode. Look at that. That is fucking... That is a squished Miles Teller. He looked like a squished Miles Teller.
Whoa.
Yeah, it's super weird. That's why they cast him. They're like, we've never even seen Whiplash. We don't give a fuck.
I had to
we squished
rewind the
Ian
movie.
Grufford's face once, and it looked kind of like... We didn't know at the time because you were small.
It's insane. But what I want to say is that that movie tries so hard to be mediocre.
Right?
It is so aggressively medium that it's just like, all right, we got this option, we got this option. It's just like, what's the lamest option? And
Right.
they chose that every time. Like, they try to do a new thing and like put a dark tone on it, and it was all about like body horror, which they did really good in one scene.
Right.
When they come back from the other dimension, fucking Michael B. Jordan's just on fire, dead,
melting.
melting, and Reed Richards is like crawling towards, and it's like his legs are stretched out, and then Ben is just literally trapped in a pile of rocks. And
Well, Reed Richards' leg is still stuck under a piece of metal, so he stretches out to get to,
it's fucked up.
Right.
But I was just amazed of how medium that movie is the
Yeah.
whole fucking way through. It's just like every option they took, or every fork in the road they took the one down the middle, which was the least interesting.
Right.
That's all I wanted to
What
say.
should we be named? Maybe
What
we're...
is this? Some sort of Fantastic Four?
Basically,
They had that line basically in every movie. It's like, what is it? Some kind of Silver Surfer? It was
What is this?
stupid.
Some kind of Galactus?
But I'm sorry, I couldn't not talk about that trash heap that was the 2015 Fantastic
Right.
Four movie.
Yeah, sorry to all
Fans.
everyone involved and fans.
Right.
My deepest apologies. All right. I'm stepping up to the plate here
Yeah.
with this fight.
All right.
Right? We have the loose reason while they're there, but I got to hit you guys with this. I really think that Kwame's going to step up and rip
yeah.
Ben Grimm apart,
Oh,
right?
yeah.
Like he's
Absolutely.
just going to rip.
Maybe he starts like and gives him an earthquake and gives him some indigestion, you know? Because the kids, they usually start off
Earthquakes his
kind of...
intestines.
Yeah, they usually start off kind of soft, but then even though they're out to just like save pollution, if you get in their way, they will
Yeah.
destroy you. They will like throw animals out of the way if they're getting in their way of stopping pollution. Like you can't stop them.
Yeah, they did. They blew like a bunch of birds out of the sky.
And they even mentioned, "Oh, we probably shouldn't be hurting animals, but we got to get there." So
running late for this movie.
Yeah, that is rough.
Or I feel like if it were me, I would go up and I'm like, oh, there's a Rockman. This is perfect for my power. I'm going to rip his butt off.
But if they're on the bridge, then that means it's the first movie, which means it's foam. Boom, meta got him. I got you with a meta got him.
I'm not
got
doing
you with
this.
a meta got
We
him.
gotta know when the water girl starts bending Reed Richards' blood.
Can she blood
No.
bend? Fuck off.
They're not that
Wind,
strong.
liquid, heart, all liquid, every liquid. No, the water girl could just erode Ben Grimm over millions of years. She just stands.
Yeah, because he's
blasts-
immortal.
right?
And he has indomitable will.
So it's like, I'm just gonna stand here and slowly erode over time.
He's just really hard headed. But
Well, these kids
Maggot
also have
Butler.
indomitable will. They're just
Legends
stupid.
say that old Asian lady still is standing there eroding that rock man.
It's Niagara Falls.
It's
It's her pushing water over Ben Grimm.
Yeah.
okay.
And then obviously Chris Evans and Wheeler are just gonna step up and blast each other.
No, they're gonna step up and just both hit on Jessica Alba at the
Yeah.
same time.
Screw you, Soviet Russia girl, Soviet Union girl.
God, dude, she wasn't bad. It's that they made her bad.
Right.
Where it's just like they forced a love triangle, and then like she shows up in a suit and she has like cleavage, and then Reed Richards is like, "Wow, those suits are awesome," and she's just like, "Oh." She's so mad that he doesn't call her hot or comment on her tits, but then beforehand she was just a total bitch to him, and it's just like, what? Why?
Oh, it's called lazy writing.
Yeah, it is.
It's called "You Guys Know About Women" because you're 14 and watching this movie and you're boys.
Women only want to be complimented,
Oh,
told to
And
smile.
sexualized. Yeah.
But no, so you got what's his name?
Kwame?
Kwame. Trying to rip Ben Grimm apart.
Yeah.
Here's the thing: what are you gonna do when Sue Storm makes a bubble around him and Johnny Storm just burns him?
Oh, the water girl can put him out.
yeah.
Blast him.
Turns out there's a counter in every.
Yeah. Then they're just in a sauna. It like turns to steam, and they're
Yeah,
just
all
like,
their pores are super open.
Oh,
That's
okay.
really pleasant.
damn,
It's
dude.
cleansing.
Damn.
Yeah. Hit me with another one, Joey. I'm
Yeah,
ready.
come on, bring it.
I don't know. Reed Richards could stretch around all of them.
And just strangle him slowly.
Yeah. Because here's the other thing: is that in the Ultimate Universe, Reed Richards becomes the Maker,
What?
and he just kills everyone.
Oh. Oh, okay. I
By
was a
strangling
supervillain.
them?
He
He
becomes a
strangles the whole
supervillain.
world.
I thought you were saying he basically becomes like a 3D printer. Like he's a maker. He's the maker.
That'd be cool.
We'll do both.
He just pulls off part of himself and stretches it into a gun.
Right, that's what I was thinking.
But everything has to be linked. It can't come apart. So
Yeah.
when a bullet shoots, it's like a string tethered.
Exactly
to
what I was imagining.
Oh.
I just said it. Like melted plastic.
Yeah.
Okay.
Going with the bullet.
Well, if he's stretching around us, what do you know about the Wheeler kid? He can't create fire, but he basically has like a laser beam.
Yeah.
Like he beams things until they combust. And it's not like a slow process. They'll just instantly combust or
Right.
melt. He shoots the front end of a tank and it just melts immediately. So what if he just starts melting Reed Richards, Just make him
Water
goo?
Girl's not going to
He's
put
gonna-
him out.
He's going to turn
Yeah.
into a slinky and just like
Damn it.
slink away.
He's going to turn to mush.
Hot mush.
You think he would survive that? Like, you think his goo body
Yeah.
would turn into hot goo?
Well, I think he would just
As long
form
as he's
around
not
the laser.
super cooled like they did to Doom.
Right. I mean, the thing is here with this fight, if these kids are at all competent, I really think they have it in the bag because they can, like, control things around you. Like, Ben Grimm is made of rocks, but he has to come and clobber you.
Yeah.
I can do 7 different things with him before he comes to clobber me.
Right.
Especially if I get all 5 rings on my finger, Thanos style.
That's just Captain Planet.
Right.
It is, and we're not calling on him until after the break because that's what they do in every
45
fucking
seconds
episode.
left in the show.
Yeah.
Yeah, but-
That's the thing is I think that these kids, I mean, obviously Sue Storm and Johnny Storm can blast.
Yeah, they can blast. How are you going to find Sue?
God, your
Um,
Heart kid.
Yeah, Hart.
He can do.
See, y'all think Hart sucks? Episode 1, he's like, I'm Hart, and everyone laughs at him just
Everyone
like we do
calls
in
him
real
a
life.
pussy, and
And then Whoopi Goldberg's like, nah.
no, you're Professor X.
Hart can control the minds and emotions of everything. Every living thing.
But does he just go like wah 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 wah, and then it's just like everything around him?
Yes, he can also project himself into your mind. He probably okay. So there's limits. The powers. He probably couldn't like communicate with everybody because at some point, if he's so far away, he has to like really concentrate. So it'll be like a week.
He has to stop playing with his monkey for a second, and that's not like a sexual thing. He has a monkey sometimes.
He does have a monkey. That monkey's a slave. Okay.
He just hearts him every time the monkey gets mad. He's like, "No, you're staying."
Yeah, the monkey's like, "I just want to be free," and he's like, "No, you're gonna help us in this adventure."
God damn it! Well,
He does control animals, like animals that are guard dogs that are doing their job. He's just like, "No,
fucking kill
and
yourself."
He could do it to
dogs kill
people.
themselves.
It explicitly says he can do it to people. He just chooses not to because he's a wuss.
That's what I'm saying. Is that what you guys have on your side? Is that these kids are bad at using their powers?
Yeah,
and they're stupid. They'll try
they're
one
super
thing,
gullible,
and they're like, "Oh, this giant tank is coming at us. Well, I sprayed a little water. Oh, it didn't really slip. Okay, run away."
Right. And if you take one of these kids out,
Captain Planet can't.
Captain Planet can't show up.
Yeah,
right.
So that's what you have on your side, because I know we just like dumped a bunch of OP garbage
you
on
just
you.
dumped mind control on us.
They can teleport too. No,
He also can find. It's not even mind control. He can find you. Like sometimes they're lost. Like a couple of them,
Professor X,
and then they say,
you.
"Think really hard," and we can contact Mati.
Yeah.
And then he can project his face like Obi-Wan Kenobi over top of them and be like, "Where are you guys? Think
I
harder
can see
and I'll
that you're
find you."
at the Red Robin right now.
Right.
So get me a plate of those good fries.
Well, what we have on our side is that in the 2015 movie, Reed Richards' dream on career day is to teleport,
Oh, okay.
and he creates a teleporter.
Right, that goes to a nightmare horrorscape
That's
negative
later.
zone.
That's later. He actually doesn't know where it's going. He knows that he can put something there and take it back.
Right.
And then everybody's like, "You're an idiot." And he's talking about like quantum information. And then he was just like, "Yeah, my parents don't get it." There's like, what is science? Like he's at the science fair and his teacher that's still there after 7 years is just like, "Reed Richards, you're an idiot."
Well, these kids don't go to school, so they are idiots.
Yeah, they don't.
They get trapped in a cave, and the Earth guy doesn't think to get them out. The fire guy's like, "Oh, I can't melt the door. I guess we're stuck."
They
So
get
we have
trapped in a net.
We have
They can't
intelligence
get
on
out.
our side.
Right.
All of our members, other than Ben Grimm,
You guys
are
got a net?
scientists.
I mean, Reed Richards can be a net.
Right.
Whoa.
Plus force field nets, kind of a thing.
Force field fire net.
So the fire kid can melt tanks, and sometimes he just like lights a box on fire, and is like, "I did it."
Distraction.
Yeah. He's like, "I used my power."
There's some dudes in the alley playing craps on a cardboard. He's just like, "No."
That's literally what
Your
happens.
greed
Dudes will
is
chase them down an
polluting
alley, and he'll
The
just like light
minds
a
of
box
children.
on fire.
Jesus.
Yeah, man.
So we light a box on fire. What are you gonna do
What
about
are you
it?
gonna do?
Put a force field inside your body and make you explode.
Whoa. And then the water girl just puts you out again.
Because Jessica Alba says she
Put
can.
your goo out.
Dang.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, take out 4 of these kids. Wheeler's just putting all 5 of those rings on and becoming Thanos, dog. He is Captain Planet.
I don't know. Captain Planet's a little more.
It's true.
Well, I do
yeah.
have one more question.
Okay.
What is there ever a moment when they lose a ring?
Yes.
Like,
Yeah.
so what if we took the ring? Just wondering.
Well, the other kids still have their powers, but you
Ben
have to have all
Grimm's
5.
fiance is really good at taking off rings.
Yeah.
Fuck you, Debbie.
Well, that's.
What a piece of shit. She's such a bitch.
Right.
I've been
And then
writing
Reed
letters
has
at
a-
actress's house since 2004.
I'm sorry, dude. I almost teared up when Ben couldn't pick up the ring, and then
Yeah.
his best friend, Reed Richards, comes up and I was just like,
'Cause he's
"They
so
and
good.
Johnny
did it."
Storm lights it on fire.
After this garbage scene that ruins both the movies afterwards, I was just like, "You did it, you got it," and then it was just like,
And then the news reporter's like, "Can you stretch any part of your anatomy?"
I'm talking about
"He's
your
like, I'm
ween.
fucking you right now."
Your mom lives 3 miles away. I'm fucking her right now.
To mom
Damn.
fucking.
That's
Got
a
him.
staple on Very
He
Real
got
Tournament.
him. He got him. He got her.
Well, we'll find out, Butler, what happens when one of these kids gets all 5 rings and summons Captain Planet.
Well, what do you know about if Monty just gets really sad because he's small and leaves? That happens almost like every episode.
Yeah. Well, I think, Colin, that they're probably going to end up summoning Captain Planet when we come back from our break. By your powers combined, I am Captain Podcast.
Go podcast.
Did you guys like that?
Yeah.
It was a good joke.
Good, thank you. I wanted to throw in a Captain Planet reference thing. Does the Fantastic Four have a catchphrase motto? There's 4 of us.
Pretty much.
Wow, that was fantastic.
Ooh, it's clobbering time.
Yeah, I think that's it.
What is this? Some sort of clobbering time?
Yeah. I think that's one of them.
No need to stretch this situation out longer than it needs to be.
I get naked.
Yep. It's only
Flame on.
PG-13.
Also flame on.
Yeah, flame on.
I'm sad that they're not doing another Fantastic Four because I really wanted him to say that something was lit.
Ooh.
I really wanted a moment between him and Captain America, so Chris Evans could
Look in a
ooh,
mirror
yeah.
and see Michael B.
Have
Jordan there.
have we met before? And then he's gonna look into the camera.
It'll be like a back and forth shot, but one frame is Chris Evans as Human Torch.
Yeah.
Yeah. They would do that.
Yeah.
It's about to get litty.
Ooh,
Kevin Feige's been like building to that because he was a producer on the old Fantastic
Yeah,
Four
he's
as
been
well.
waiting for
Yeah,
this.
so you just
For all his life.
He's like, hey, Disney, you need to buy Fox.
so I can make a Captain America.
and they did, didn't they? Do
Human
they
Torch
now own?
reference. It's still going through.
Oh, okay.
Who knows?
Everyone's like, Wolverine's going to show up in Avengers 4, right?
No.
Yes.
I still think that Ant-Man's going to show up in old Marvel movies.
I can't wait.
I think that's going to be.
Like you'll
part
go
of
back
it.
and watch and he'll be there.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I think we talked about that before.
Oh, there he is on Spawn's cape.
Oh, on the VHS.
All right, so what happened in this
Oh, yeah.
fight?
It's the moment you've all been waiting for.
Yes.
These people have been blasting each other. The Fantastic Four keeps trying to do stuff with their elements to people, but the opposite element just stops them.
Yeah. They're really petty.
Yeah.
They're
They're like, no, you guys are bad. You're polluting the environment.
You're
Turtling.
polluting the human race.
Fuck. Oh, is this like an anti-mutants kind of thing?
Oh yeah, for sure.
yeah.
Okay, so it's like the first X-Men movie.
Well,
And the second X-Men movie.
if you
and
the
the
notice-
third X-Men movie.
All of the
eighth
bad guys
X-Men
in
movie.
Captain Planet, a lot of them are mutants,
That's true. One is like a pig guy.
right? And
One
they
is one who's kind of a thing.
right, and they hate those guys.
I'm kind of convinced now that Captain Planet
One
was
is
just
a
rip-off
woman.
of Power Rangers Wild Force at this point.
It might be.
Yeah, Wild Force came out in the late '80s.
Yeah. Probably in Japan.
Oh,
Whatever.
okay.
All right, so they're going back and forth, battling. Right? There's probably some puns thrown in.
Oh, for sure.
Maybe Reed Richards is doing some goofy stuff with his stretching.
Jessica
Like-
Alba's naked at some point.
Wheeler the Fire Guy is hitting on Jessica Alba.
Yeah, I think that Reed Richards is like stretching his arm around, like poking people on the opposite shoulder.
Oh, it's like what I do at work.
Yeah.
Do you think he's doing like a cool dance scene with 2 like girls in a club?
Oh yeah.
No.
What's better, the dance scene from Fantastic Four or the Spider-Man 3 dance?
I'll say the Fantastic Four one because it's not a detriment to the movie.
It almost is.
No.
Oh,
I
okay.
don't know.
With how bad the second
Does Reed
Fantastic Four
Richards
is.
finger gun anybody?
No, he just fingers.
Oh, from really far.
He's got those
From
spaghetti
really
fingers. I've
was-
been waiting.
He's
I
just
was
like,
hoping
"What's
we'd-
your mom's address?"
I was hoping we'd do a bit on what superpower we'd pick, but I think we should save that.
Just in general, what superpower would you pick?
I thought
or
we
like
already did
powers. Did we?
Mom fucking.
Yeah, Nick said you were all
Okay.
invisible because you wanted to peek in on showers or something like that.
I don't remember that part. It's already been edited out. Yeah, so I think it's time. They're like being super petty, and finally, Mati stops being sad for a second. They're like, hey, Mati, seriously, we gotta fucking summon this guy. Let's do it. So, let's do it. Earth, fire, wind, water, heart. Go planet.
Go planet.
Go planet.
No, he has to say, I
yeah.
am Captain Planet.
By your powers combined. I am Captain Planet.
Right.
Go planet.
Go planet.
And the Fantastic Four are watching this like, what the fuck?
Yeah, and then Johnny just...
Now there's a guy with a mullet who came up out of the
This guy
ground.
with a green mullet who came up out of the
What
earth.
is happening?
Yeah.
What's happening?
And they've already fought the Super Skrull, which is
Yeah.
all their powers combined, so they're just like, not impressed.
Yeah, Joe. I think as soon as Captain Planet's summoned and they're like looking up saying "Go Planet," I think Johnny Storm just fucking roasts them.
Right. Which normally they would block, defend.
Right, but they can't.
But when you give your powers to Captain Planet, you're useless. You're
And
just
he
cheerleaders.
never interacts with them. I don't think he cares. I don't think he cares at all that they
He
get
doesn't know
roasted.
he's like an absentee father.
Yeah.
He's like a genie, like, oh, thank God I'm out again. I'm going to do my own thing before I have to go back.
Yeah.
I'm going to go buy some cigarettes.
And he doesn't come back.
And that's the end of the fight.
Sometimes he goes away, like,
Is this all just
he's
his
like,
dad
I'm going to take, this stuff to the dump or whatever. And then
I need to go recycle these cans downtown
and then
real
it's
quick.
like 10 minutes later in the episode, and they still don't have their powers
Like,
back.
come
and I'm like,
fucking on.
what is he
on.
doing?
And he's one by one fucking all their moms.
Oh. Is that what this podcast has become?
He's just like watching a movie, just like, hey, I'll go back in there eventually. And meanwhile, the pig
They don't
guy's
have
got
HBO in that weird crystal that I live in.
Yeah, so the kids,
Since I live in the Phantom Zone or whatever.
basically, kids get fried.
Yeah.
Boom. But Captain Planet's still out because he's tied to the rings.
Right, he doesn't care at all about these kids. So,
But I'm thinking, Captain Planet, he looks down. Those people are pollution.
Right, he
They're
looks
not just
at-
polluting; they are.
he looks at
pollution.
Johnny Storm and he's like, fucking emissions? No!
You're burning coal, probably.
This is the 1990s, right? You're burning coal in there. And I think he would do something crazy like just like suck out all of his fire powers and just leave him like a husk.
Oh.
Yeah. Dude, Captain Planet can do fucking anything.
He just turns him to dust.
Well, Captain Planet can create the elements and
Right.
not just manipulate them, but also sometimes he just does extra stuff.
He's extra.
One episode in
his life,
Yeah,
as portrayed on the show Captain Planet.
he just was like, well, I gotta stop this thing, and just started shooting lightning out of his chest. What element is that? I don't know. And then just starts like zapping buildings, making them explode with his lightning hands.
Yeah.
He also has weld fingers. He
He just like zaps
yeah.
and like fixes a fucking like ship.
right, but it doesn't weld it. It just makes it back
It just
together.
fits. He just
he
has
does
fixing
some
fingers.
IT work.
He's got eye laser beams.
He does.
He turns into light.
He can phase like vision,
So,
so you can't even fucking touch him.
so do you think he could like zap Johnny Storm and then like put him back together, and then zap him again?
He's basically like
him back together?
Dr. Manhattan.
Oh
Right,
my
yeah.
god.
He can take them down to their molecules.
Way more puns.
and then put them back together over and over painfully.
Yeah, he's like, time to put this fire out or something like that.
He murders Johnny Storm.
He just like sucks all of his like fire out like with his like wind breath or whatever.
He sucks him.
All right.
All right, that you said that.
It's Johnny Storm dead.
Sure, it's on the internet.
You guys are
And then he
him.
looks at like Reed Richards is like trying to stretch his hand out to like pat. He's like, no. He tries to stop it. He's like, that guy's made of fucking plastic. You make that burning oil.
You're getting caught in seagulls in the ocean, aren't you?
Reed Richards has a bunch of seagulls caught him.
Does he make seagulls?
Oh, I was about to say,
attack
Reed
him?
Richards is like, no, what the hell are you talking about? You're killing sea turtles! And just starts zapping him.
Yeah, he just like flies down. He's like, it's time to kick your butt.
Does he freeze him first?
Oh yeah, I think he
He
just,
knows his weakness, I think.
He has Superman
Right.
cold breath.
Well,
I
he-
assume.
yes.
Well, he recycles, so I'm thinking he maybe picks up this spaghetti Reed Richards and like flies really quick to like a recycling center and dumps him in the incinerator and turns him into a bunch of Coke bottles or something.
Okay.
All right.
So now there's
Fiji water or
Reed
something.
Richards
Oh, good.
Fiji water bottles.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are made from at Pure Springs, and Captain Planet likes that.
Yeah.
He's definitely not going to get made into Nestle bottles. You guys want to go into that controversy?
I do not.
Yeah.
They're the worst. And then yeah, he dumps him, and then he flies back, and I think Sue Storm would put up a fight.
Yeah.
Right.
Trying to like blow him up with force fields.
Yeah, and he's just like phasing, like turns into like a million little balls of light.
It's just
like shreds her.
They have an invisible off.
He can also turn into the elements. He physically morphs into wind, into a tornado, or into water. He can just turn into water or mist.
So are we talking about like an Invisible Man situation where he gets all gropey?
Ooh, a hollow
no!
man
Do you
situation.
think we're doing a He pulls
turns
like
into
Kevin
Kevin
Bacon?
Bacon.
Yeah.
He just starts dancing in a warehouse in front of his car.
Damn.
Footloose. Come on. All right, back to the fight.
I assumed it was a Footloose reference.
Yeah.
I think he can maybe every time she tries to trap him in a force field, he just like turns to mist or something.
Yeah.
that's a
Bails, and
pretty good
eventually her nose starts bleeding so hard from all of her invisibility.
Maybe she's working up a sweat, right? And she's trying to force
I thought
field,
you were
trying
going
to
to
see.
she's working up a storm.
Ooh,
But
yeah,
keep
she's
going.
working up a storm, and she's breathing that air, and suddenly her chest, she's like, I can't breathe, I can't. Maybe she's been inhaling some of that mist.
She inhaled.
Well,
Captain
she
Planet.
has the ability to force field inside people and make them explode from the inside, and maybe it gets turned on her. Maybe Captain Planet turns into mist, and she inhales him.
And then
He explodes her.
he turns back into a dude.
Right.
And he's like, I was inside you.
Oh no!
When
he-
she explodes, obviously her underwear explodes off of her first,
and Captain Planet's like nice.
and then her body explodes.
Yeah.
Gross.
Oh, there's like a delay between when all of her clothes pop off, and then
it's like
she
a
explodes.
cartoon. Captain Planet like takes a vine. He does something creepy.
Okay. I can.
Yeah,
fathom all of that.
sure. Captain Planet's a creep.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, these people to him are pollution, and he has
Right.
to destroy the pollution.
Right, and that's why I think he looks at the thing and he's like doesn't compute. I'm not. This doesn't look like anything to me.
Well, I think the thing would
That was
probably
a
at this
Westworld
point
reference.
Whoa,
just
dude.
be like a sad sack sitting there, so he might just look like a rock.
Rocks are nature's statues.
You might just look like a rock. Well, no, I think that no. I think that this is good for the thing because Captain Planet's like, this doesn't look like anything to me. I'm good. And that's when the thing is like, you just killed all my friends, buddy. It's clobbering time. And he just like runs up and like squishes his head.
Yeah. Just crushes it.
Just crushes his fucking head.
But what do you know about it? He's still alive.
Yeah, but he's still alive and he's like, oh shit, I need to recharge.
His being is tied to the ring, so you could probably. I'm thinking you could just totally mutilate Captain Planet, and he wouldn't die.
Yeah, he'd be totally,
He would just be in a lot of pain.
That's what we just did. We squished his head.
Right, he's fine, but then like he after he squishes his head and Captain Planet's still fine, Ben Grimm's like, welcome to Brooklyn, and just like dumps a garbage can on his head.
And he's just like, how am I going to get out of this pinch? As his head's like squeezed.
Oh. And then he's like, I need to recharge, and he goes back into the rings, but the rings are just in a pile of person dust.
I was just saying maybe the kids are like cinder people, like Pompeii style.
Okay.
Just like frozen ash people.
Yeah, and when he goes back into the rings, they just collapse.
Ooh.
And
even the monkey collapses.
oh fuck, collateral monkey shit.
Collateral damage.
Yeah, guy is like, what the fuck happened? This
Who
is
would have
cra-
thought they could all be burned to ash?
Oh, So no, they're people, and the thing's like, I did a good thing. I beat this guy, and then he sees his essence go back to the rings, and then he sees the rings fall down, just like his fiance's rings, and then he's sad again.
Oh, and he goes over,
Tries to pick them up.
and can't pick him up.
Pick them up, and Reed's not there to pick them up. He's got nobody.
And then people are throwing trash at him, and they're like, "This is our city, yeah."
And he's like, no. Remember, I said, "Welcome to Brooklyn." I'm walking here.
They swing some cranes over him.
Can't do anything. He's just, and we slowly pan out as he's like grabbing at these rings, but can't
It's so hard.
do it.
It's so heartbreaking.
This is the saddest episode we've done.
Michael Chiklis was a great thing.
And somehow the Fantastic Four have taken the day. Thanks for listening to Very Real Tournament. It's apparently a comedy battlecast. Sometimes it's a sad battlecast. Sadcast.
Oh, should we start a new podcast, The Sadcast? I think I'd be really good at it.
Very real sad.
Yeah, my life sucks. I'm down.
Where fiancés dump their rock boyfriends for little to no reason, just to move the plot, just to move a little bit of plot along and some character development.
Yep. You guys can check out our podcast if you want. No, let's end this out on a high note. We have just gotten the last competitor in our Very Real Tournament that's coming up, guys. Rockman.
Stuck on bridge,
desperately grabbing at rings that he cannot pick up with his stupid boulder fingers. He's there, and we're going to find the perfect opponent for him. We're putting all of these competitors through a really sophisticated algorithm called What Joey Feels Like Doing.
right?
It's very complicated. Joey
There's a whiteboard involved.
There's several whiteboards. Joey's in a lab coat.
Yeah.
There's equations all over the place.
Imagine my hacking montage of getting ready for the tournament, but I'm drawing up the bracket.
Right.
Like,
there's a bunch of
strings.
Yeah, a lot
involved.
of strings on a wall. Maybe like a bunch of TI-83 calculators.
Yeah.
Just like duct taped together in a ball.
Joey's
Because he thinks somehow that's going to make them compute
That's
better.
quantum computing right there. What are you talking about?
Yeah,
He's
he's in
playing
like a dirty white t-shirt and his tie's really loose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's playing
Smoking
that
a
game.
cigarette and he can't handle it, drinking coffee.
He's playing that game where you pick up the box and you move the box on the TI-83. You can't. No one.
Sick.
Okay.
No, I only played
Calculator
Jumpman
joke.
or whatever it was.
Oh,
I only wrote boobs.
sure.
You did it on the TI-83.
Yeah. That's all
Damn.
I could do.
What a
That's way
waste.
easier.
What a waste.
Fuck you, chemistry,
Yeah.
boobs.
We close Joey in a sealed room for a week
Right.
and give him some Luna bars and a bucket.
Oh.
And said, figure it out.
We throw a bunch of rings in there.
Mm-hmm.
Then when he was sleeping, we rubbed numbing medicine on his hands so he can't pick up the rings. We throw a bunch of markers in there instead of rings. He
Yeah.
can't pick up the markers.
He's doing... Oh, no, he's just writing all of the equations in blood.
Right. He's got to have an indomitable will.
Dag. I have a feeling that at least, I don't know, there's 16, maybe 7 of these characters will have indomitable will.
Yeah.
Maybe that character will show up to like before the fights.
Well, one of our Indomitable Will characters got beaten to death with a baseball bat. So,
R.I.P. hot guy.
Whose will is the most indomitable?
R.I.P. Zach.
Damn.
That was Zach's last episode.
Yep. And he won't be back for the tournament.
No.
But yeah, we're excited. Next time you hear us, it's going to be tourney time.
Ooh.
Get ready, gang. Because it's going to... Hopefully it gets even more wild than the first one. That one got pretty fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
But I don't think we have any like gods that have transcended this plane onto the next one.
Not
yet.
yet.
So
Not yet.
not yet. But if the thing can figure out how he's going to pick up all 5 of those rings, then we'll see.
I mean, Raiden is a god. So there's one.
Fuck you.
And Inspector Gadget is a god of love.
Okay, I'm going to stop.
No,
you
that's
right
Black
there, Colin.
Dynamite.
Please stop.
You're reaching. Let's wrap this thing up right now, guys. You can, of course, find all of this episode and all of our episodes on our website, vrtcast.com. Feel free to email us and tell us what your favorite matchups want, like your ideas for matchups in the tourney, vrtcast@gmail.com. You can find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, all those places. And make sure to like and comment and rate and review and subscribe and all of the things. It's like a total of like 6 to 7 clicks, right?
Yeah.
Except for the reviewing. But if you just like get on there and, write like it good.
Good enough.
Why not?
Good enough.
Better-
Lit? That's even less.
Yeah. It's better
Ye?
than a
Just write YE.
fire symbol.
Yeah.
Just write HBD. Happy birthday.
Okay.
I don't care what you write that it's. No, don't write that it sucks.
That would be sadder than
Yeah.
this episode.
When I make I want to make it clear. I know we're several episodes into this, but when I say rate and review, make them good ratings and reviews. If you hate our podcast, why are you still listening to it? Don't get on there and hate. We're just trying to be famous out here, gang.
Yeah.
Right.
That's our goal. Be famous.
Primary goal.
Yeah. I want to look out that window every time we're recording, and there's like a Good Morning America amount of people out there with signs.
Just
Cameras
kids.
flashing.
that one says like, talk more about fucking moms.
Yeah. It's like ESPN Game Day. There's all these people with signs
Yeah.
like, trying to get on the screen, and we're like, we don't do video.
We don't. I'll take a blurry picture. Make sure you put your Instagram handle on there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bitcoin.
Send us Bitcoin.
All right.
Can you send Bitcoin through Gmail? How does Bitcoin work? Just email us and tell us. Okay.
Let's get the fuck
I want to
Let's-
go home.
Oh, God. All right, guys. For all of us here at Very Real Tournament, I'm Nick Potter.
I'm Joey Potter.
Colin Sage.
I'm Butler Carter.
And it hasn't just been real. It's been a very real.